Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Creative to Creative. I'm your host, Ray, aka Remcreate, and today I have a special guest. This is Ohai Bonzai, Brian.
Hello, hello, hello.
I like to call him Ohai Gainzai
Oh my
because of
god.
all the fucking gains he's been fucking getting. Boy, like, goddamn, this boy is jacked. The fuck?
No, it's slowing down, dude. I'm still recovering from my injury, but
Oh,
but we'll get back on it soon.
okay, for sure. No, I feel
We'll
that.
get back on it.
Yeah, we'll chat about it when we get there, man. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
all right, so you are a cosplayer. You are
Mhm.
a visual artist.
Mhm.
Is very cool seeing both. But then
Mhm.
let's get into it. Like, what was your very first convention that you went
Oh
to?
man. Very first convention. I know it was definitely AX.
Mm.
It was sometime I think during my either sophomore year or junior year of high school. So that's like over 10 years ago or so. Somewhere around then. But I remember, yeah, I remember it was definitely AX. I went for like one day, just like with some of my friends. Like I didn't really cosplay back then. It was just kind of like, hey, you guys want to go? Like, check it out and stuff. Like, we watch anime and stuff. And like, yeah, it was that. And like, I remember I went and I was like, yeah, this is cool and stuff. But like at that time, we were there for probably like a couple hours, and then we bought our stuff and then just left, and like that was it. It wasn't until like way later on that like I became full on super intense weeb. That's like I want to be at a convention for an ungodly amount of hours for an ungodly amount of days.
You know what the interesting part is? I heard that like Comic Cat in Japan,
Mhm,
they treat it like that as well, where they don't go there for like the convention, they just
mhm.
go there to shop. And
Yeah, it's like it's
yeah,
it's it's like this weird like pilgrimage that like weebs go to. It's like every year there's like AX and stuff. It's like there's that need. It's like we just need to go. It's like why? 'Cause we need to go. It's just how it is.
yeah, no, seriously, like I think like last year, I remember specifically like going like I'm gonna skip AX, I'm gonna skip AX, I'm gonna save money,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna chill out, and then like it ends up being the most ballin' AX I've ever been to, because like I ended up getting a room at the JW Marriott, and then like I ended up getting like this refugee camp of all these people of like their rooms got canceled on them, so they
Oh, so like everyone's kind of like mobbed in.
yeah, they mobbed into my room, and I was like, "Come, bring your weak, bring your weary."
Seek refuge amongst me.
Yeah, and it's like, and then me and Zhao were just like chilling. And I was like, "Cool."
Mhm.
Uh, super aside, and like I'm going off on a tangent on this, but shout out to my boy Kelvin. He hooked it up. Like, was he's like in this like crazy like platinum elite member status where like fucking our checkout was at 5 p.m. on Sunday,
Oh my god.
and and like he told me that there was free breakfast. I didn't know where the fucking breakfast was. I thought it was like on the ground floor, like every other
Mhm.
hotel. It ends up being on
Mhm.
the fourth floor,
Oh my god.
and I didn't take advantage of it until like Sunday morning.
Mhm.
And like they're like, oh yeah, no, the elite lounge is on the fourth floor. I was like, word, fuck.
It's like
um,
wait, we get a lounge.
but other than that, like so you like when you went to your first anime convention, um,
Mhm.
what were some series that you were like into that you saw like people cosplaying and you're like, oh, that's really cool.
Oh my god, I remember like back then, definitely there was a lot of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, a lot of One Piece, a lot of like the really like old classic animes, like the old big names. Like there's a lot of I saw actually a lot of good amount of like DBZ cosplayers and stuff back
Yeah.
then. A lot of Bleach, as per usual, and a lot of yeah, just mainly like, those and like a lot of like video games. Like I honestly I remember like seeing some Halo cosplay stuff too, like at an anime convention. A lot of Gundam cosplays, like Gundam Seed and stuff. That was
Oh
cool.
yeah. No.
Yeah, yeah, like way back when. And then, but it was definitely not as crowded as like
Oh.
previous like recent AXs and stuff.
What was it at the LA Convention Center or was it like
Yeah, it was at the LA Convention Center. Yeah,
so was this like 2010 or 2009?
I think like 2010.
Okay.
I think or 2011. I don't know, somewhere around there. I remember just it was at the LA Convention Center though.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like there was like this moment, like I think 2009 and before, where like
Is that the Anaheim
yeah, it
Convention
was
Center?
Anaheim and then Long Beach, and Long Beach
Yeah.
was a story and a half, but like that's for another time. But
Hmm.
what was the first convention that you actually like cosplayed and dressed up as a character?
Oh my God. Okay, so I think that was AX 20. I want to say 2014.
Hmm.
Yeah, 2014. And I remember I went for 2 days. I went as Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora the first
Hmm.
day, and then the second day I was Kaneki, and then I just didn't go the other days. Like that was it. And it was very casual for me. It was kind of like I don't know, like for my Sora cosplay. God, that was like you ever look back and you're just like, wow,
You're like,
you know?
that was the time.
Yeah, that was a time. And then yeah, so there was that. And then for my Kaneki cosplay, I literally just got like the wig and like I didn't know how to style wigs. I just took it out of the bag as is. Same with like the mask and stuff and everything. And I just wore like a black t-shirt and like black shorts and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is Kaneki. This is my Kaneki cosplay. And then yeah, and then like that was it. It wasn't until like I think after that I kind of started getting like hooked on cons. I was kind of like,
Mm.
yeah, it's kind of fun because like it's cool. Like that was like the first time I liked that. Someone's like, "Whoa, dude! Like, Sora, can I take a picture of you?" And I was like, "Why?" like, like I didn't understand it. Like I was like, "Oh, it's because like I'm dressed up as like a character and stuff." And like
Mm.
I never got that kind of interaction or like
Yeah.
that kind of like that phenomenon of like, oh, you are in a narrative, you are literally like a character and stuff. The same way that like
Yeah.
if you go to Disneyland, you're like, oh my god, dude, it's Buzz Lightyear. Like, let's go take a photo of Buzz Lightyear. It's like
Yeah.
the same kind of phenomenon. But to me, that was so
Foreign.
new at the time.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
foreign
it's
to you.
very foreign and new. Yeah. So yeah, I think after that, I was just like, whoa. Like, I think I kind of wanted to start doing more cosplay and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Because like legit, like I had a similar situation with this. Because like I think the first anime expo that I cosplayed at was like 2010, and
Hmm.
I dressed up as a Prince of Tennis OVA character.
Hmm.
He was like Okinawan, but like he looked like me and he played like me because he had like
Hmm.
this huge serve, and like I like that's how I played too. So, um, I got the shout out to my homegirl Mila. She made my jersey,
Hmm.
and like I went to Anime Expo, and like back in 2000, like the mid 2000s, like 2000,
Hmm.
like only like Trekkies or like hardcore nerds cosplayed, and like
Yeah, yeah.
the temperature was like, if you see me cosplay, kill me, you know. like and that was the temperature,
Hmm.
that was the mood. But
Hmm.
I went to the convention center, and then like two fangirls were like, "Oh my gosh, you look just like him. Can I take a picture of you?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm getting recognized," and like it made me feel like a rock star, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So like I start to understand like, oh, this is why people cosplay, because like you get that
Hmm.
rock star, like people want to take pictures of you and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, it's like you kind of joining in like this narrative of like, oh my god, like you're like, I mean, for lack of a better term, you're a costume character, and
Yeah.
people like that, and like it's awesome because like you see that interaction and stuff, or like you see like when people like see other people costuming from the same series, you're like, oh my god, it's like a non-verbal saying like, dude, we're in the same fandom, It's crazy, like it's such a cool phenomenon.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Like it was interesting because like first time I met you, it was
Hmm.
Anime Impulse 2017, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like I in my past interview with like the previous podcast, I talked about like how I went to conventions, and like I would just grab random people from different fandoms and like
Hmm.
make skits on the spot. And like the first thing
Hmm.
I filmed with you was that.
The Scott Pilgrim one.
Yeah, dude. So like the whole gist of it, I think I'm gonna show it like now, but uh, to this day, that's like one of my favorite skits I thought on the spot.
Hmm.
But like like as a videographer, I was like, I am making my own fan fictions on the fly, and like that's
Oh
how.
yeah, no, most definitely.
Yeah, so like I that's how I ended up meeting you, and that was really cool. Um, but uh, outside of just like cosplay and how we met, and like, was it
Hmm.
throughout the years? We like it's fun because like whenever I see you, I'm like, hey, I have this photo concept. Like, do you mind?
It's like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, let's fucking shoot it, man. but like as I got to know you as a person,
Mhm.
like you do phenomenal art. Like
Oh, dude, thank you.
that I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This is dope. Like, and um, I'm gonna show it here. Like, a lot of good landscape art, like caricatures, like everything under the sun, and it has this like this oil painting was it type vibe to it, which is really freaking cool. Um, what bred that style for you in art, and like how did you get started in that?
Oh man, so like, I think just growing up and just like playing video games and stuff, like when you would pre-order like the collector's edition or like the special first editions, anything like of games, typically it came with like an art book
Hmm.
or like some kind of thing on the side that showcased the art from like the game.
Yeah.
And like I remember like half the time when I would get those packages, whether it was from like a movie or a game or whatever it was, like I would spend like a good chunk of my time reading that book or just looking through it and like flipping through it because I was like, dude, this was like the game before it was the game, or this was the movie before it was the movie. Like this was literally just a raw idea put into like an art form, and
Hmm.
before it became like a movie, a game, or whatever it be. And I remember like being so fascinated about that. Like I used to also read like the game manuals a lot of
Hmm.
like video games,
Oh,
and
really?
like yeah, like you remember like I remember too when I was like growing up, like the first copy of Halo I had, I would go through the manual and like read it because like they used to have lore and like little pictures of like the characters and stuff or like of the weapons and like little explanations behind them, little backstories. I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like
Oh, wow,
it
nice.
that's it's a lot of stuff that's like not really directly presented sometimes
Hmm.
in a game. So all that stuff, just learning about like how literally a piece of art contributed to making like this experience
Mm.
that like really fascinated me a lot. And so eventually I was like, dude, like, oh my god, like concept art is so cool. Like you're taking an idea and like turning it into like a painting, which gets turned into like a game. Like that's insane.
Mm.
And like as I would like look more at these art books and stuff, every time I was at Barnes and Nobles, I would literally like stop by like that section and like look through like all the art books, like where it was like Doom, like Diablo, or like StarCraft, or like Overwatch, like whatever it is. I would always like stop by and be like, dude, I want to like read this art books, and I would like start collecting them and stuff too. And
Mm.
I found that like the more like I kind of looked at these paintings and stuff from these books, I I didn't really like the super like clean looking stuff that's like high polished, high rendered, all that
Yeah.
stuff. I started gravitating towards like the paintings that are like when you look close, like when you like really zoom up on it, it's like you can see brushstrokes. Like you can
Yeah.
see like all these little tiny things like make up a larger image.
Mm.
And you don't really register that at first. Kind of
Mm.
like, oh my god, these are just a bunch of squiggles, or like these are just like a bunch of like colors and like lines together and stuff. But like when we're zoomed all the way out and like look at it, it's just like, dude, this is like a pirate ship or something.
Yeah.
And then so for me, I think that's when I started to gravitate towards like I really like the look of like paintings
Mm.
that like you could tell like this is a painting.
Yeah.
Like it's not like some high 3D rendered like object or something. It's not some like like super hyper realistic looking thing. But like when you look up close, you can see the brush mark. You can see how the
Mm.
artist created it. And I think that's what fascinated me about like just that kind of style, just more painterly slash impressionist slash oil kind of textured style for like artworks and stuff. I
Yeah.
think that's when I started taking a lot more interest in kind of that style and that route
Mm.
was just my it's kind of like my taste, I guess.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's awesome because like it's one of those things where like because I see you constantly like working on new projects, working on new things, and like I've always take notice and like so fun thing I actually commissioned you for a piece of art. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah, and I saw this comment on Crunchyroll when I was watching the new Digimon reboot, and the
Hmm.
comment haunted me for like a week, and it was like Mimi from Digimon is just Cowboy Aerith, and I read that and I couldn't unsee it, and like I couldn't unsee it to the point where I was like, hey Brian, I have a concept I want you to draw out and like fully flesh out, and I will pay money. So, thus inspiring this video, that piece of art, and it's being retweeted and liked all over the place. It's freaking dope. Like was it there was a little meme about like Mimi putting her hugging Patamon and
Oh,
saying
was it the one
yeah.
oh like I love you Bulbasaur? He's like I love you
Aerith.
Aerith.
And then I replied back going like sounds about right, and I put that art piece. I credited it like Bonzai.doodlez, and then fucking like there's a lot of people that just like liked it and retweeted it, and I was like that's what we want to see.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Like when you hit me up, you're like, dude, I have this high quality meme, and I was like, my ears are open. I'm listening. I'm ready. Dude, I will always like, as much as like I love making like serious paintings and stuff. I am always 100% down to make like a majestic meme painting. Like, I think like one of these days, like I just really want to make like a really just epic painting,
Yeah.
but just like sneak in like a meme somewhere in there, like whether it's like I don't know Elmo on fire or something. I don't know, getting those really old classical paintings where it's like these grand battlefields and stuff, like all the horses are running, and like people with, like swords and everything, just chaos. I just want to do one of those and
So
just sneak in like something in there.
so so people out there, if you have ideas for memes that you want done at a high fucking level, my boy Brian here, look at this fucking painting. Look at this piece of art. He will do great work.
I
I will
will.
forever what is it big up your work and like say like yo this guy right here, you know.
I will breathe life into memes.
And I loved it because like you were super professional about it because it was like le- you took what I sent you, which I'm gonna show right now, and then you actually like jotted out like a was it a sketch the rough layers of it. You're like, hey, check it out. Status update. This is the background. This is what this looks like. This is what Togemon looks like. And I'm like, the one thing that I really loved, and like everything about that.
Mhm,
If I wanted to create a meme at a high level, this is what I wanted to look like.
mhm.
Was that fucking the health bar that said Mimi on it?
Oh
That,
yeah,
and
dude. Because like I remember looking at it and I'm like, this is just like such a like combat shot from
yeah,
like F7, and I was like, this needs a HUD.
this,
This needs the little indicator, just for that extra little like little oomph over the edge. That's just like Mimi.
oh, it was just Mimi. I was like, and like I saw that, and like when you showed it to me, I was like, yo, this is it. This is it. This is cause there's at least four things in that photo that make you go like, who the fuck is that character? Because you have the Serenity symbol,
Yeah.
you have the Cactuar with fucking boxing gloves,
Hmm.
you had the fucking you had the cowboy hat, but you had a pole arm.
Yeah.
It's just like it was just like a complete like everything about that was just like masterfully like memed, and I loved it. Holy shit!
I just love too. It's like back in like the original FF7,
Yeah.
like you can technically rename like every character that's in your party. So it's just kind of like, no, this is Mimi.
it's, it's just crazy, man. Like, oh man, but um, like I said, if you want your high quality memes memed out, my boy Brian does amazing work. What is it? Like it says in the title, I paid $750 for this commission. All right,
Oh my
for
god.
this video. All right, $750, and you get some high quality memes. All right. Now, here's here's some things. All right. Now, was it right now? Like, was it? We've been in quarantine. Where you've been doing art. I see you
Hmm.
be getting into fitness, man, and like and cutting up like hashtag Cosbot challenge. Like I'm like, god damn. Are like I didn't know they allowed those types of firearms on an
Oh my
individual.
god.
But like what else have you been keeping sane like lately? Like what anime series, what video games have you been playing the past couple
Oh,
months?
ooh. So okay, so I just started FF14.
Ooh.
Like literally an hour into the game.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. I dig it. The last like MMORPG I played was like World of Warcraft,
Oh
and that
shit.
was like, yeah. So I was kind of like, this is very feels kind of like coming back to something, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've been playing that. Just like in my spare time, I like to I'll do that every now and then. Been watching Code Geass
Ooh.
because yes, classic.
Nice.
Also been watching Kaguya-sama Loves War season 2 because
Where
dude,
where where are you watching that?
oh, it's on Funimation.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
because I was looking on Crunchyroll for it, and they only
yeah
have season 1, and I was like,
yeah
that's
exactly.
weird. Yeah, but apparently Funimation has like the rights or something to like season 2, or they have like some exclusive thing or something like that. But
Yeah
that's like how I was like, where is season 2? And I was like, oh, it's only on like Funimation.
yeah.
So yeah, so I've just been watching it on there and stuff. But aside from that, yeah, just chilling. Been reading a lot of books, a lot of trying to catch up with Demon Slayer still. I'm still really behind, and like I've been spoiled already for a lot of stuff.
And you've been doing
And
it. You've been doing Tanjiro for like when it first came out and all, everything, man.
yeah, like back when it first came out, like I cosplayed Tanjiro, like I cosplayed Gyu, and like I'm still not caught up on the manga. Like I'm a good chunk in. Like
Yeah.
I'm more than halfway like done because it's already finished.
Hmm.
But it's just kind of like along that way getting there, I was like, well, that got spoiled. Well, that got spoiled. Well, that got spoiled.
For real.
And I was kind of like, all right, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. At least it won't be a surprise now.
I think I think that's the thing though, like, cause like, if I find a an anime, like if it's like heavy in rotation and people meme about it, like I'm like
Hmm.
a little less inclined to see it.
Hmm.
But then like if I find it on my own,
Hmm.
then I'm like, okay, this is my gem that I want to watch, and like
Hmm.
it's cool to find other people that like that gem too, you know?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Like, uh, the one the one anime that like I watched that like I thought was gonna like fall flat on its face, but subverted all my expectations
Hmm.
was like Doctor Stone. Like Doctor
Oh,
Stone,
dude.
yeah, Doctor Stone surprised the shit out of me, man. Like I was watching it, going like, okay, this thing's like over, heavily hyped. I saw it all over
Hmm.
AX. Like, was it?
Hmm.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And then it just delivered, and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
well, fuck. I didn't expect
It was
that.
just, it's like one of those animes that just like it kind of popped up out of nowhere and just kind of like blew everyone away and was kind of like everyone's just kind of like, dude, this is awesome. This is epic.
Yeah,
Like it didn't really have anything building up to it. It just kind of like, all right, here you go, new series coming out, and then like everyone's like, whoa, you know?
yeah, cause like, what is it? Cause I saw the promo material at AX,
Hmm.
and I was like, they had the lanyards, they had
Yeah, yeah.
if you walk by the booth in the exhibit hall, it was like the two like life statue people like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
standing there super still, and
Hmm.
like I was like, I'll pass. Like when I saw that, and then like when I was like when I got through all the things I was watching, I was like, let's give Doctor Stone a try, and then like fucking blew me away. I was like, oh well,
Hmm.
shit. I guess
Hmm.
I guess I was wrong on that one.
It was funny because like it was that and like Fire Force, like
Mm,
that were like the main like like, oh, this is like the hype anime that's coming out and stuff. And I remember looking at it going like, okay, firefighting anime. Okay. And like that was it.
yeah,
And like granted, like I thought it was cool. It was a cool premise, but I don't know, I couldn't keep up with it.
yeah,
Like it didn't keep me as hooked as like other shows did. Like Demon Slayer, like off the bat, I was like, dude, this is sick. This is epic
yeah,
and stuff. And like I find it's kind of hard for me to kind of be like really hooked by a series where I'm kind of like I'm on the edge of like, dude, I need to know what happens next, you know?
yeah. That's why it's like what was it for me? It's one of those things where like if I like a series like
Hmm.
was it? It's sort of out on my own volition. Very rarely like did someone like suggest me a series that I'm like, okay, I really like this. You know,
Hmm. Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's sort of like I will figure it out on my own when I like something. You know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same way. Like anytime some fandom gets into like a hype thing, or it's like, oh, this is the latest hype anime. This is the latest
Mm,
thing. This is like what's banging and stuff. And it's kind of like, you know, I'll take what what's said about it and kind of like, all right, let's check it out. Let's see what it's all about. And then you get into it, it's kind of like, okay, or it's kind of like, not really, you know.
yeah.
So. Yeah.
It sucks because like some of the like when it comes to me photographing like a cosplay, like
Hmm.
there's a lot of popular series that like I have to Wikipedia these characters because I have no idea what the hell you guys are dressing up as like half the time. Like I'm very guilty with this with the Fate series because like
Oh my god.
yeah, like I was like yeah I'm Ozzy. I'm like who the fuck is Ozzy? Like is Ozzy
Dude.
Osbourne on Fate? What? No, but like um legitimately because like when I got when I was watching like when I was suggested Fate,
Hmm.
I think I stopped at like the like the 10th episode of Fate Stay Night when it
Hmm.
was releasing like back in like 2006 2007 around there,
Hmm.
and like I forgot where I was, and then I
Hmm.
never picked it up ever
Oh,
again.
that's like the worst feeling, dude. It's like
Yeah,
just forgetting where you were, and he's kind of like, "Where was I?" Yeah, whatever. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
it's yeah.
I think I went from that to like watching like some trash like shojo anime that like because I always like every season I always have like this like a shojo anime that like
Hmm.
needs to like fulfill my like empathy like
Hmm.
requirement for the season, you know?
No, I feel that. I feel that.
Like Love is War Wotakoi was like
Oh, that was a great one.
like that was phenomenal. Like what was it? Amazon Prime. Sometimes your interface sucks at searching things, but like Wotakoi was like something that you did right.
Yeah, I remember like back then I was like, "Yo, where do I watch this?" My friend's like, "Oh, it's on Amazon," and I was like, "Amazon?" I was like, "What is anime on Amazon?"
Yeah, and like they have some low key bangers on Amazon
Hmm.
that like threw me off guard. They have a lot of Shitoshi Kon's like catalog on
Oh, really?
on Amazon. Like, but then you have to rent it. But at the same time, it's
Oh, okay, okay,
like
yeah.
I recently watched Perfect Blue, um, and that one if you want to see like what is it a take on what is it internet fame
Hmm.
like from the 90s.
Hmm.
It applies to now. Like it's like it's a constant like Franz Kafka like sort of vibe where you don't know if it's happening right now or if she's playing a role,
Hmm.
and like you're constantly on a roller coaster ride of like what the fuck, and like there's a lot of like
Hmm.
wow this is like some cognitive like leaps I have to take. But I digress. Aside from that, when it comes down to it, like so what are some series that you really enjoy? Like I know that I've taken pictures of you doing a lot of the Final Fantasy series and whatnot. Like what are like what are the games that you like you adore and cherish and whatnot?
Oh, dude, I mean, definitely like as you said, Final Fantasy. It's just growing up, that series has been like my go-to like JRPG, you know.
Mm.
And it's great because like each game has its own take, you know. It's not like I remember like a lot of times when like some of my friends are trying to get into Final Fantasy, they're like, "Well, which one do I start at?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, it doesn't matter. Like they're all different, man. Like, bro, like you're like comparing apples to oranges. Like they all have the same core, but like they're all different stories, dude. Like just tell me what you like, and like I'll recommend one for you. So if you want some like steampunk, like eco terrorist trying to save the world from a dude with a 10-foot sword, like I got you.
Like, you know what's crazy though? Like and it completely caught me off guard because like I didn't
Hmm.
expect it from him. Was that like
Hmm.
when I was interviewing D Pity,
Hmm.
his favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VI,
Oh,
and
really?
like the game that he could keep playing at any time was Final Fantasy
Mhm.
Tactics, and
I can see that.
so like yeah.
Tactics, yeah.
Yeah, so like he even pulled out his like PS1 and like said like yo check it out like it's in here right now. So I thought that was dope. But yeah no same like Final Fantasy has been like such a huge integral role
Hmm.
and like just like it taught me how to read.
Oh, dang.
Like Final Fantasy 7 taught me how to read, and then like Final Fantasy 9 is like the first one I beat. Like
Oh, yeah.
yeah, without my brother's help. So like
Hmm.
yeah, the Final Fantasy 9 was like my is my current is my favorite. But aside from that, like um the current there's a theme
Hmm.
that happens when I see you cosplay is that you always pick out the main protagonist.
Yeah, I've started to notice that too. Like I look back and I'm like, yo, I haven't really cosplayed that many like side characters actually. Like I'm like, why is it always the main dude? Like I I don't know. I just I don't know if it was like it's definitely not a conscious choice. It's just kind of like these are the characters I tend to gravitate to. I mean, like I guess like cosplay Todoroki, but like I consider him still a main character.
Mm,
Like he's definitely got his show like enough time on the show to be like a
like
main character like
to,
amongst like the main cast in my opinion.
yeah.
Um yeah, I don't know. I've like I've kind of noticed it, but I just never understood like why slash kind of like it just happens, you
Mm,
know?
yeah.
I think there's characters who I have wanted to cosplay though, who aren't necessarily like the main protagonist. Like in the past, I have wanted to cosplay Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku,
Mm.
um, and Kingdom Hearts 2 Riku. Um, I've also wanted to cosplay. Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. Fox from Persona 5.
Oh,
Yusuke,
Yusuke.
yeah, Yusuke
Yusuke.
Kitagawa. There we go. Yeah, I was like, God, why am I can't remember his name? Yeah, I wanted to cosplay him too, but for the most part, it does tend to be main characters.
Oh, you know what'd be dope?
Hmm.
What is it? If you do Yusuke and then like you paint it's
The one with like the mother and the child,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
The one
yeah.
that like that's in the palace and stuff.
Yeah, and like you do it in your style.
Ooh.
And like and then like what is it? Have that image of like you painting that out in your style. Like
Hmm.
that's just like an idea that I'll toss your way. Be like, yo, that'd be dope.
But but as Yusuke Kitagawa.
Yeah, exactly. And like, what was it? Oh man, cause like so you wanted to cosplay Riku. You wanted to cosplay like what are some like dream cosplays like you're like, if I had the 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 budget and like the time to do said cosplay, what would you want?
Oh my god. Okay, so well, I mean, one of them I'm working on right now, and
Mm.
that's Ryden from Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh yo.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people like his cyborg suit from like Metal Gear like Revengeance and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know, for me I really like the design of his suit in MGS4 cuz
Mm.
it's very like kind of sneak stealth suit but still got that like that cyborg ninja flair to it and stuff.
Mm.
Versus like Revengeance is just like here's a robot samurai ninja like go crazy, you know? Which is awesome, but like I think in terms of like it's I feel like his MGS4 outfit just had like that last bit of like you could tell it's like tactical espionage like flair. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I think there's that and I've been like turtle inching away at it like just whenever I feel like it I was kind of like, all
no,
right, I'll just work on it now.
no, because I feel you. Because like when it comes to cosplay, especially with the conventions, like
Hmm.
when there was a convention schedule, everyone like it was like an arms race.
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah, like when a new series came out, is like who's gonna do it the best, and
Hmm.
like at what level,
Hmm.
and then like they'll debut it at a convention, and like
Hmm.
it'll catch on. Like
Hmm.
I'll tell you a story. Like there's one time where it was Anime Los Angeles,
Hmm.
and like Stella Chu came out with her 02,
Hmm.
and like everybody in that photog alley was looking at Stella going like, okay, that's Stella, but like what the fuck character is that? Like we didn't know what Darling the Franks was because like only like the first two episodes were out and we didn't
Hmm.
watch it.
Hmm.
So it was like one of those things where like we're like we'll take pictures, I guess, and then like we don't know the characters, but then we didn't know that that year 2018 was like Darling the
Hmm.
Franks year.
Oh yeah, that was like
Yeah,
I remember every con there was like, all right, there's gonna be a Darling in the Franks like army here and
yeah.
stuff.
No, seriously, like I like and it's consistent with every year. Like every year, there's like this one series
Yeah,
that will like be like this is that year. Like
yeah.
2018, like because like it was funny because we I was at a shoot and she was there and then, like I tell her the story and she's like, "You're welcome." I was like, damn, she's that much of a nerd that she knows what the next shit is gonna be. Dope. Okay, got it. But um, other than that, like it's like one of those things where like, cause like 2020 got like was like gonna be like it was gonna be
like Demon Slayer
Demon
and
Slayer year,
yeah.
like the year of the Demon Slayer. Then, because like it was sad. Like I actually like walked the streets I walked the streets of LA during the weekend of
Oh, the
what was gonna
AX.
be AX.
And they had the Demon Slayer
Yeah, they had the
banners, right?
Demon
Like
Slayer
yeah.
billboard, man. I was taking pictures, going like, what could have been, and then like it's just weird because like you see all these normies like in masks like driving, and then they see this weed poster at the very top. Like, what the fuck is Demon Slayer? Why is this dude with earrings like smiling when he has a scar on his face? I don't know. But yeah, no, like, all right, so you're inching away at that. Um,
hmm
any other cosplays that like come to mind?
Yeah, so like I think okay, this has been like on my brain for probably a while actually.
Hmm.
Probably since I started cosplaying, but like I've always wanted to cosplay as a Gundam and then have an
Yo.
action figure of the pilot like in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like cuz like
Yeah.
scale wise it would like make sense.
Yeah, no, that'd be
So
dope.
yeah, and I was like I mean like I've seen like a bunch of people have cosplay like Gundams and stuff,
Yeah.
like different like mobiles and everything, but I've always wanted to I don't know which mobile suit I would cosplay yet, but I definitely want to cosplay like a Gundam.
Yeah.
Like some mobile suit from like probably like one of the Gundam series, and just have an action figure of the pilot like
Mm.
in my hand and
What?
stuff.
Watch, you end up like picking like Gundam Wing, and then like
Oh my god, it's not like the eight like
yeah,
the wing zero
fuck,
wings.
yeah, the zero wings, but then you find out that the figurine for the pilot is like $2 or like some shit like that. You're like,
It's like, oh yeah, they don't make this figure anymore, so you guys have to drop some.
yeah, it's
You
like
have to drop a pretty big grip to
it's
get
like
this figure of this pilot.
it's like $2,000 straight up, and you're like, damn, that was like that's like 4 times more than what it took to make this
I know,
replication.
like it's like, dude, I just made a glorified model kit, like in bigger scale than usual. That's all I did. Like,
Oh man, so like, were you like a big Gundam fan growing up? Like,
oh yeah, dude, absolutely. I think like
really?
growing up, I remember like the first. I think that's why I'm super into mecha and stuff too.
Yeah.
Is like I remember growing up, coming home from school, turning on Toonami, Gundam is on,
Mm.
and I would watch it and be like, dude, this is epic. This is sick. Like, and it just I remember the first Gundam series I ever watched was Gundam Wing, and then after
Mm.
that I was like hooked. I was like, all right, well I want to watch like all the other series now and stuff.
Mm.
So I think out of all of them, definitely Gundam Wing holds like a special place in my heart because that was like the series that introduced me into Gundam.
Yeah, no, same. Cause like, uh, me and my friends back in like elementary school when we saw Gundam Wing,
Mhm.
we would just like be like the different pilots and like fight each other. But like it was like a bunch of cringy kids, like a bunch of fourth graders like tackling each other, going like, yeah, like Sandrock, and like they would always give me Sandrock. Like I was always Sandrock because like they always wanted to be like the duo or like any like they always
But
wanted to be
like
like like one dude he was like he's heavy arms, but then he wore long sleeves, and you put like pencils in his sleeves, and, and like you would throw the pencils at you and be like heavy arms, and I was like that, oh my gosh, that was a repressed memory.
oh my god.
I was like, wow, that was a time, but cause like Gundam Wing came out, G Gundam was a thing, and that was like the most
Oh
recent.
yeah,
That was
that was literally just like that was really like Super Smash Bros. But Gundam. Like
yeah. Did you know that like it was either Sweden or Norway, they had a Gundam, but like the only like they didn't have any weapons. They just turned into a windmill.
oh yeah, and their Gundam was literally just a giant windmill.
Yeah,
Like it
like
would that's all it was.
yeah, it had no combat capabilities. It was like be a windmill in the background and then like fly away when everyone's done fighting.
I remember watching that and then I was like, wait, so they just had these tournaments where they fight with giant robots? And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, okay. I was like, and every country has its own Gundam. I was like, okay.
Yeah. No, it was nuts. Like You know the one mecha series that like I really enjoyed as a kid, and
Hmm.
like I rewatch it and like it's like they censored it for North America, but Zoids like
Oh, dude,
yeah,
yes,
like the one with like Zero and Bit, like
yeah,
that was the one that I was like this is hype, like I'm all about this.
yeah, dude. I remember like when Zoids came out, I was like, dude, these are like giant robots, but they're animals, and like they have like dinosaurs that have like sniper like bullets out of their tails and stuff.
I'm,
Yeah, I remember that. Like, that was such a cool series. Like, and then they would shoot a referee from like orbit to
yeah,
judge
to
to
judge
judge
you
the
like
match.
they would just like jettison it in and go like, all right, let's get this fight started. I was like, oh shit, all right, cool.
And I was like, dang. In the far far future, leisure is dictated by giant robot fights.
But yeah, no, like because like mecha is actually dying out like slowly but surely like lately, man.
Mhm.
Like
No, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
yeah, because like
Like,
yeah,
I feel like early 2000s was definitely like there's a lot of good mecha animes that came out like throughout that time, and it's just like when you look at stuff now, there's not a lot, and
yeah.
I feel like isekais are becoming more and more like a prevalent theme in terms of like popularity and stuff. Um,
What, what,
so
yeah.
yeah, it's just I don't know, it's changed, you know.
Watch the way they resurrect Gundam, because like what was it? Iron Blooded Orphans was a solid like series.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like what was it? It doesn't hold the same nostalgia as like Wing and whatnot. But like
Hmm.
it'd be this is a really stupid idea, and anyone that works on Gundam and that's hearing this idea, don't fucking do it. But the way they resurrect the Gundam series is that they take like a regular guy and isekai him into like different Gundam universes. And it's just like it's like it would be like yeah, he gets isekai into like 0083
Hmm.
or like Gundam Seed, and like it would be like the aftermath of like the of the series.
Hmm.
But like what was it? He's in that world for a season.
Hmm.
Um,
It's why like they did something like I remember like when Dynasty Warriors Gundam came out, they did something
Wait, what?
similar to it. Yeah, like they had an actual Dynasty Warriors Gundam game. There's like three of them, I think, actually.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, no, okay.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it was like the Dynasty Warriors. I thought for a moment like Lu Bu and like Guan Yu were like in like mecha form.
Oh no, 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 no. This was like it was like they had their own series, and it was basically Dynasty Warriors, but you played as Gundams. I remember like the original like plotline for that was that like all the Gundam like main Gundam pilots were in the same like area or place or something like that.
Yeah,
And then I remember I was like, it was like its own original story, but it brought all the main pilots and like villains and stuff
yeah,
into like the same universe or whatever this parallel universe kind of place was. And I remember like playing that and thinking like, dude, if this was an anime, I think I would watch it. Like I think I would actually like be down to watch it. This is essentially like an giant crossover between like all the series.
yeah. You just see like a battle royale between all the Shars of the series.
It's like that Spider-Man meme of like they're just pointing at each other.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
dude, definitely.
that's crazy. Like I didn't know that. That's really fucking cool. Like jeez, man. Like when it comes down to it, like cosplay, art, like there's definitely like a bleed over between the two because they're both in the arts and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
But like when it comes to like your career
Hmm.
in art, what do you aspire to be? Because like you were telling me about like you're in this like obscure area, and like
Hmm.
I want you to explain on what that is.
Hmm. So I think like in terms of what I do as an artist, I think like I definitely like bringing ideas to life. You know, if somebody gives me like a written idea, like a written, some kind of written form of something, like hey, here's my concept. Here's some inspiration and some mood boards of like what I think it could look like. Um, I really enjoy just the foundational process of taking an idea and breathing life into it via like artwork and
Yeah,
paintings and drawings and stuff. I think where my job description comes in, or job title, is I tend to fall underneath like this umbrella of like, concept artist, but like also illustrator, because like, I it in the general sense, I love creating. I love bringing ideas to life, and if I can bring a vision that someone has to life, that's the main that's the main end goal.
Yeah.
So as long as it's something within the creative, field, or you know, bringing, breathing into existence something, that's the ultimate goal of like what I try to achieve and strive for. Because the way I see it is, when I work with clients, I can't, all of us like are imagining, a vision of something when we think of an idea.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is I can't peer into someone's brain and see what they see,
Exactly.
So I guess in a way, my job is about playing like guess. Can I get as close as possible as what they see in their brain?
Oh yeah.
Can I like, is this it? Nope. All right. How about this? How about this? How about this? And we'll keep going back and forth until we narrow it down. It's like, yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's the design. That's the tank, or that's the mecha. That's the
Yeah.
robot. Yeah. So definitely, I think that's how I would describe kind of like what I do.
Mm.
Hmm.
When it comes like, just as an aside, have you ever seen the series Keep Your Hands Off Azoken?
I have not actually.
I like, as someone that like loves creating things and like loves process and like
Hmm.
seeing how you love process as well. I highly
Hmm.
suggest that. It's
Keep your hands off Zoken.
yeah, because
Ooh,
it's
I'm write this down.
yeah. Keep Your Hands Off Azoken. It's it's like Shirobako, but then they really go into process and like and how to like view things. They have
Oh, I've seen this before. I haven't watched it, but I definitely recognize the art style and the characters.
yeah, like as someone that's heavy into the arts, you'll
Mhm.
appreciate like the approach that they do because like it's what is it? Each one of those girls have a specialty
Mhm.
in drawing a certain type of anime.
Mhm.
Except for the tall girl. Tall girl is like freaking like project manager,
Mhm.
and then like and it's very much like they go about making an anime,
Mhm.
and it's like they break it down when it comes to like how they achieve animation,
Mhm.
the process of how to animate things, and then like there's a really cool bit about sound design
Mhm.
that I enjoy, and
Mhm.
like but that because I'm a complete audiophile, but I just spoiled half of that series for you. My bad. Fuck.
No, no, it's very minute details. I don't think that's like going into the plot.
Yeah,
So yeah.
but like and it's weird because like you know how like there's some animes that you highly suggest but you
Mhm.
haven't finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of them
Yeah.
for me. I think I got to episode 9 and I'm like I'm afraid to finish it because if I finish it, then that means it's over.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I recognize that feeling.
What are some series like that for you? Like
Like, I think not only in anime too, but in video games,
yeah.
especially like I remember like when I was playing through FF7 remake.
Mm.
They said like, oh, they said this is only Midgar. Like, they're like, oh, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, so I went into it knowing that. As soon as I got to like Shinra Tower, and it's like, okay, we gotta go rescue Aerith. I'm like, I'm gonna turtle crawl this because I don't want to finish this game, but I do want to finish it.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
I,
that.
yeah. So it's kind of like, I think it's because I already had that prior knowledge from like the original of like, this is about to end. Like, like, oh, end.
Yeah, quote
But
unquote.
yeah. So yeah, I think not necessarily anime. I remember like, I think like watching Gundam Seed and like
Yeah.
getting toward the end, and it's like, how like some series like the main climax of the story hits this certain point, and the last couple episodes are just kind of like, all right, well, this is how things get solved. This is how the rest and everything.
Yeah.
This is how the loose ends get tied up and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, like if there's been a few series for me like where that happens. It's kind of like, okay, now it's like, we had the huge big climactic battle and stuff, and like the war is over, etc., etc., and we're gonna take this last bit to just kind of wrap up loose ends and stuff.
Yeah.
It's that feeling, you know. It's
Mm.
kind of like the man, it's over. Like, what do I do now?
Yeah,
It's that
exactly,
general,
right?
it's a general feeling of like when you finish a series, you're kind of like, what do I do now? Like,
it's like it's like I was it's like I feel that like Origaru was it My Team Romance, like that
mhm,
series. I know that
mhm,
season 3 is out right now, and I
mhm.
saw the first couple episodes, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it when it's done.
Yeah.
Like, but like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it because I don't want it to end because I like this anime a lot. I think growing up I identified with the main character, but then
Mhm,
like as I grew up, I'm like, okay, the main character isn't a healthy um, mindset to be in to begin with, and
mhm,
like the fact I identified as that character was unhealthy. So I see that now.
mhm,
So
mhm,
like I'm more mentally aware of who I am and what makes me happy,
mhm,
and not being so like cynical towards everything, you know.
mhm.
And
Oh
like
hell yeah, dude.
yeah, like cause yeah. So when it comes down to it, like we've talked about your creative process, your different endeavors. What's a what's a thing that you do that no one that hardly anyone ever knows, and like you haven't really like set out to the ether that like you do this thing.
Ooh, like in terms of like creative process, or in terms of like,
Like what is it? I'll point one out. Like
mhm.
growing up, you was it you were an aspiring b boy, and like you learned how to break dance.
Oh yeah, that too. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but like
That's.
go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, that's definitely one thing that was like that was a big part. Like my developing character.
But what's something like currently that you're doing that like people probably won't know about you?
That like, let's see. I think what I what I do a lot actually, like what daily day, it's like the word.
Yeah,
Day to day life is I actually like to meditate.
really.
I think having that time, just like 10 minutes a day or so, just to kind of sit and like stretch, you know, and just not just disconnect from technology.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, sometimes I'll just kind of like sit in the backyard, you know, throw out like a foam mat because I have endless amounts of foam. Cosplayers be like, yeah, I actually had like this roll of foam, and I was like, you know what, I have a lot. I'm probably not gonna use this one. I'm just gonna use this as like my meditating mat. So I store it out there, sit down for like 10 minutes a day, just breathe in, breathe out, just kind of try to disconnect,
Yeah.
from everything, just for a little bit, just to have that little time window to kind of self reflect and just really hone in on yourself and like kind of detach yourself from like everything,
Mm,
just kind of focus on your own breathing and just hone in on that and just try to practice a sense of calm. And I
mm.
think doing that every day has kind of helped me. I mean, it hasn't like done anything, like magic. I'm like, this isn't some like magic cure of like the secret to like the beating, like blah blah blah, and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think it's definitely something that's like a not only a hobby, but just kind of like a little change that I've made in my life, where it's kind of like, yeah, this has helped me kind of calm down, sort out my thoughts, kind of, especially when I'm stressed, kind of like take things at a slower approach. Just 10 minutes at a time. Nothing big, nothing crazy. Like I'm not some like guru or something, but it's something that's definitely calming and de-stressing.
Got it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I didn't know that you did that. That's really cool. Um, just out of curiosity, why Ojai Bonsai?
Okay, so funny story. So, um, back when I first started cosplaying, that actually was not my username.
Hmm.
But like, when I would like meet mutuals like at cons, they'd be like, who? Oh, hi! Like like that was always the opening. That was always the opening. It's just like, oh hi, oh hi, like and stuff. And then eventually I was like, because it used to be like Bonzai cosplays or something,
Yeah.
and then like after that, I was like, no, I'm just gonna put oh hi Bonzai because like that's like that's the standard opener now, And
Yeah.
then so ever since then, that's why.
Now, not everyone memes it. Go like, oh hi.
Yeah, now it's become a meme where like people go, "Oh hi, bonsai," and I'm like, I haven't heard that one before. But yeah, that's the origin story.
Oh, okay, no, that's fucking cool. Cause like I'd hit you with the, oh shit, it's oh hi Gainzai over here, fucking getting these gains. I think I even have like a tagline where I'm like, if fucking Ray calls me oh hi Gainzai one more fucking time.
Oh, I think you posted that with like one of the cloud photos you took.
Yeah,
I think you posted that as like the tagline.
I love thinking of taglines, man. It's like before I did stand up comedy, like I always went like I prided myself on like having witty taglines.
Hmm.
Now that like I have like stand up comedy in my belt, it's like now like I could exercise that on stage, which is fun.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, dude.
But I digress. What is it? We got to your that. Okay, so um, when it comes down to it, what is it? Okay, now it's in it now. All right, so so if anything, thank you for coming on.
Oh, dude, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, dude, like this is super fun. Like I think I have like 2 videos worth of like I have like I have a fucking like I have the podcast and then I have like the crackpot Final Fantasy 7
FF7.
videos. like like because like I realized like when you get to when you went into Final Fantasy 7, I'm like I'm gonna go deep because I this is something that I'm really interested in.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Buzz Death. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for like having this really dope conversation.
Dude,
Um,
thank you for having me. This is epic. I
Oh,
dig it.
anytime, man. And plus, like, is there any piece of advice that you would give, like, any creative in any field, like, something that like gives you peace of mind, in your creative process?
Oh, dude. I think definitely like so. I know this is gonna be a, a really difficult one because I mean I personally still struggle with this, but
Yeah.
it's really hard as a creative to not compare yourself to other creatives who are trying to do the same thing you do. And that in itself is a pitfall. Something that one of my mentors told me before was that think of it as that we are all driving on a freeway. We're all heading the same direction.
Yeah.
It's just, some people are in the fast lane and some people are like in the far right lane. Doesn't mean you're not going to get there. It just means that, everyone's pace is different. Um, and understanding that your journey is yours alone and that your journey is unique will help you gain that peace of mind. Learning to be inspired by other creatives, learning to be motivated by other creatives, and learning to just appreciate yourself, who you are as a creative. Those things will just help you keep going. But the biggest pitfall is to compare yourself to other creatives and then critique yourself based upon their work.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're not them and they're not you. You're your own artist, you're your own creative, you're your own photographer, videographer, musician, whatever it be, you're you. And we tend to compare ourselves in that way when instead we should be inspired, by our peers. I think like every time I see like my friends like make cosplay or painting stuff, I'm like, dude, it hypes me up. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I want to make something cool too, dude. Like, that's epic. Like, dude, I want to make something cool too. Like, it's like, dude, that armor, like that helmet you made, so badass, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make a badass helmet too. And I think really understanding that like we're all headed the same direction. That's all it is. Knowing that you're heading that same way, that's what matters. And the only way to not digress. The only way to degress or stop from that is to just not move at all. As a creative, you got to keep moving, and just understanding that you're on your own pace, you're on your own path. All you got to do is just keep pedaling. That's it.
Most definitely. Man, dope advice. Fucking hell. So follow him on Oh Hi Bonsai. I'm gonna be linking all the socials, all the what is it? Do you want me to link your portfolio art too as well, and where to?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like my stuff is on it's on like my Bonzai.doodlez account and stuff. So like all my art stuff is on there, and all my cosplay stuff is on Oh Hi Bonsai. Or I don't know where I'm pointing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So, thus concludes episode 4 of Creative to Creative. My name is Ray, aka Remcreate. Thank you guys for coming by. Like, comment, subscribe to this podcast, to this YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time, alright? Take it
Woo!
easy, guys.